I'm Zaina Allen, and I am your host for the all-new Bold Life, a lifestyle talk show where we'll be discussing all the things from fashion to sports to beauty to social issues and so much more. I am so excited to be here with you all. We have a great Valentine's Day themed show for you today, so make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section. We want to know what you think. First, let's start with our headlines panel. Joining us today is Maggie Coughlan, editorial director for Page6.com, Bobby Penn, pop culture expert, and Tamara Fuentes, entertainment editor of 17 Magazine. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
So let's jump right into it. You know, Twitter users were confused last week when Amazon, on a dating website for Amazon began floating around. AmazonDating.co featured a list of singles, and these listings even had customer reviews. But don't be alarmed, though. These people aren't actually looking for dates on Amazon. It turns out that it was all a hoax. So what was your first thought when you saw this?
My first thought was, I wish I could order a man on Amazon.
Okay.
That seems very convenient.
Absolutely.
What about you, Bobby?
At a time when, in my life, where going to the club can be so annoying, how perfect would it be for your dream man to just show up at your door in 2 hours or less? Like,
Right, like,
I wish it was real.
I feel like it's just so great because I can just, like, you know, pick and choose. Maybe I can even use filters.
Right.
Like, you know, like a tall, you know, nice, romantic, and then they'll filter, you know, each person. But what about you, Tamara?
I thought this was like super genius. I was like, how did I not come up with this myself? Because like this is incredible. And people can sign up to like actually be featured in it. Which
Yeah.
is like even better to me. I'm like, I can't wait to just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and seeing what I can find.
Right. I wonder how much I would be worth if I were to like sign up and what my prime rate would be. Yeah. So even though it's a hoax, do you think Amazon would consider creating a dating site?
I would put nothing past Amazon. They're
Absolutely.
in every aspect of our daily lives. I'm sure a year from now, we actually will be ordering boyfriends, girlfriends, etc.
I wouldn't put it past them at this point. What about you, Al?
I wonder if he could come with Whole Foods. How perfect. The whole date. Amazon could deliver from beginning to end the entire experience. So,
wow.
would you please?
Hold on, Amazon, hello. You guys have to like come on, say something, because wow, that'd be great. Like they'll deliver the food. You know, they can even, because you have Amazon Prime, like the video. What is it, Prime Video or whatever?
Yeah.
So it's like not Netflix and chill, but
date,
Amazon
right.
Prime and chill. And we have the Whole Foods, and we have My Man that just came into the mail. That's great. What do you think about Amazon creating a dating site?
I think it should happen. I think, you know, this is a sector that they haven't touched on yet, and I think it's something that's so big. I mean, so many like dating sites and dating apps already exist. Why not just like throw it in the mix and make it happen? I mean, Facebook just did it.
And Jeff Bezos is in love. You know, he's dating Lauren Sanchez over Super Bowl weekend. They were in the club being super cuddly. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was in there.
Right. Would you guys join? See, me personally, I just don't understand dating sites, so I don't think I would specifically. I don't know. I don't get. Do you swipe left or swipe right when you?
Reviews scare me a little bit. Like when you look at it, because there's customer reviews. So I'm just like, do I really want to know that? So it might hesitate me a little.
Or how many reviews would you have?
Exactly.
Right. Oh my gosh. So like
rating. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
If I were to join and then like I make one guy mad, and just imagine like the customer review I would have. Oh my goodness. So anyway, Wallet Hub recently released a 2020 Valentine's Day study, which had some interesting statistics. According to the survey, 22% of engaged couples reported meeting their significant other through online dating. Do you guys think we'll be seeing more of this?
I do.
Yeah.
Definitely, like we just mentioned, with Facebook jumping into the pond, there's so many options to date online. I don't even think traditional meeting people out in public like happens really.
Yeah.
It's like chance encounters, but now you can just swipe left and swipe right.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna catch on even more.
You know, like I said before, I'm really not into online dating. I'm really old school with it. Like, I'm just like, all right, you know what? If I know you, you know, maybe we can, I don't know. I've never tried it. Have you all ever tried online dating?
I'm trying it now for the first time in my life. And it's been interesting. It's been a great way to meet people. I think if you're interested in talking to people, I'm a journalist. I love to hear somebody's story. So for me, it's been cool. But that's not the case for everyone. Some
Right.
people feel uncomfortable
Right.
meeting someone they don't know.
Right. And how about you, Tamara?
So I've been on and off on dating sites, but it's interesting because my friend just got engaged and I'm going to be a bridesmaid for her wedding, and they met on OkCupid. So
Wow.
it's interesting. So I'm like, it happens. People find their. I just had another friend who also got engaged from a guy that she met on Tinder. It is becoming very common nowadays, and it's not surprising. And I think it's just going to keep growing.
Wow, that is so interesting to me. Like, we're in the future. Like, like in the 90s and in the 80s, they said that 2020-ish would be all of this. Like, we really are. And we are meeting people online. It's crazy. But 53% of Americans say that it's okay to have the first date on Valentine's Day. What are your thoughts on this? Would you guys mind going on a first date on Valentine's Day?
I mean, I think it adds a layer of pressure because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
are you going to come with flowers? Is it going to be super romantic because that's the theme of the day? I wouldn't do it for me.
Okay.
I think it's really cute. I'd love to go on a first date on Valentine's Day, especially if I'm single and I'm lonely and I'm watching all of my engaged friends or people in relationships going out. Please save me from that. So if you're looking for a date for Valentine's Day, I'm still available.
What are you?
It's funny because I've never celebrated Valentine's Day, so I'm just like, yeah, let's change things up for a little bit. So
Really?
we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Wow, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. Like
Really?
after my birthday, Valentine's Day is my favorite. So I love it. Wow, that's crazy. No, I think having my first date on Valentine's Day, like you said, Maggie, I think it's a lot of pressure. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Whoever I'm going on a date with has to come 100% correct. You know. So 53% of women say they would break up with their significant other if they got nothing for Valentine's Day. What about you guys?
Team Petty.
Agree. We're women in New York. We work hard. I mean, we want to be
Right.
recognized. This is the day to recognize the
Yes.
special someone in your life. So recognize me.
Yes, absolutely. Give me what I need. It's Valentine's Day.
Even if it's a card, a single rose,
Just
you
tell me you're
Yes,
thinking
just
of me.
acknowledge the day.
You can boil me some spaghetti, and I'll be like, thanks for
Right.
taking the
Thank
time.
you for acknowledging this holiday.
Yeah.
No, at this point we're gonna have to fight. Like, we're going to have to fight. Like I don't know, because I would not be okay with you not giving me anything on Valentine's Day.
yeah.
It is Valentine's Day, and like I said before, it's my favorite holiday. So if you mess up my favorite holiday,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap. That's it. Tamara, you wrote an article for 17 magazine about the 11 best teen romance movies that you can watch on Netflix. Tell us your two favorite on that list.
Oh my gosh. So the first one would be To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which stars Noah Centineo. And it's so cute. It's adorable. And it features great Asian American representation and everything, and he's now the internet's boyfriend. So of course, To All the Boys 2 just came out on Netflix as well. That came out on the 12th. So there's double feature right there for you. And then I think my second pick would have to be The Perfect Date, which also stars as Noah, and he creates a fake dating app and pretends to be the perfect guy for every single girl that he goes on this date with. But does he know his true self? And that's, an interesting question, especially these days.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty cute. They're adorable. Yeah.
All right.
Noah Centineo fixed. Watched 3 of those. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think when it comes to romance movies, Valentine's Day-ish movies, my two favorite, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's so funny to me. I love it because it's so funny and it has so many big names in it. And then my second favorite, it's really corny. It's called Beyond the Lights. It's on Netflix. It's about this singer, pop star who she tries to kill herself, and this cop saved her, and they fall in love, and yada yada yada. It's so I cry every time. Every time I cry, and it's ridiculous. It's waterworks every time. What about you, Maggie?
My go-to is always Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, 1996.
Yes.
You have a 22-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio, a 17-year-old Claire Danes. That scene with the fish tank is very powerful. He's wearing chainmail armor. She's dressed as an angel. You have John Leguizamo. Paul Rudd is in there, which a lot of people forget. She goes to dance with Paul Rudd. So for me, that's it every time.
All right, and then your second favorite?
My second favorite is Say Anything with John Cusack. You might recognize the image of someone in a beige trench coat holding up a boombox. That's from that movie, and people today forget that. This is from 1989, but there's a great line in there where he says, "I gave her my heart and she gave me a pen." And I was like, oof. Sometimes you just get your heart broken. It's a great movie.
Oh, wow. So, Bobby, what about you?
Yes, well, speaking of relatable movies, I have to say Brown Sugar is one of my favorites. Music meets journalism meets love. It's the perfect love story for me, especially here in New York. So, you know, we got Sanaa Lathan and Taye Diggs, who were friends, childhood friends, and they were, I guess, avoiding the idea of falling in love until the chance was almost like removed from the table, and then they fell in love. So, amazing love story. And my second would be The Sweetest Thing with Cameron Diaz and
what a classic.
It's so funny. It's a perfect Valentine's Day movie to watch. So if you don't have a date, you and your girls can get together and watch it. But love conquers in the end, and you get to see the crazy things that we do for a guy.
All right.
It's always fun to watch that one too.
All right. So will you be watching any of those movies this weekend?
Now I might have to watch the movies you guys recommended. They sound good.
Yes, I agree. I have to watch The Sweetest Thing. I have to have like a Valentine's thing with my girls because, you know, Valentine's Day is for me and my man. We definitely have to have a Valentine's Day. So now I'm gonna put that on my list. But thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
According to the Wallet Hub survey, 43 million people got an unwanted gift on Valentine's Day last year. Earlier today, we stopped by the Journelle store in Union Square to learn more about their loungewear and see what they have in store for Valentine's Day. Check it out. Dana Allen here, and I am here at Journelle, a lingerie store in Union Square, to help you guys figure out what to get for Valentine's Day. I know some ladies out there are kind of, you know, unsure of what bra to get, what underwear to get. And so we're here to help you with this Valentine's Day gift guide. We're going to talk to owner Sapna Palep, and we're going to see what they have here.
Well, Journelle means daily, for the daily woman, and in our private label, so we carry many different brands, as you can see. But we have our 21 ladies, and our 21 ladies are different personalities, and one day you might be an Odette, one day you might be a Chloe. So, you know, it's the experience of coming in, figuring out who you are and what you want to be.
So when it comes to other lingerie stores in comparison to Journelle, what do you think your store has that other stores don't have, especially when it comes around time for Valentine's Day?
That's a great question. The selection and the variety. We carry almost 62 brands. So that's the nice part. Instead of walking into a specific brand, you've got all the brands at your fingertips. And you can mix and match, and you might want a bra from one company and underwear from another company. And you can do that, and it's very customized.
All right, so Kat, tell me about your collections that you have here.
So all of these have a different personality specifically for every kind of woman. This one happens to be my personal favorite, and she's very popular with us lately. This is called the Anais, and this color specifically is scarlet. So she's a demi-cup bra. This one is specifically great for women that are fuller along the bottom. Women have about 7 different types of body when it comes to breast shape. This one is really good for women that need a little bit of lift and a little bit of separation. So it's a great gift, and it's super great for Valentine's Day when you want to be a little bit naughty but not too much. So Journelle's not all sexy all the time. We are also really big on comfort. So right here we have the Emmy Cami shorts and the Emma pullover. So these are really great for lounging around the house, for a little bit of Netflix when you just want to wake up and grab some coffee. But it's still very sexy because of the lace trim, but it's so soft, and the fabric just makes you feel like you're at home, but it still makes you feel sexy without feeling over the top.
I hope this helped you guys at home. I know it definitely helped me. There's a couple pieces that I wanted to see myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and try those on. And I hope you guys stop by a Journelle to see what you guys might want for Valentine's Day. Next up to discuss love and marriage is Jayson and Amber Hurley. They are the creators of HangingWithTheHurleys.com, a couples blog that shares their experiences on parenting, marriage, and more. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Bold TV. So tell me, how long have you both been married?
It's going to be 7 years this September.
Oh my goodness. So how's the seven been?
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
We've been through so much through our whole marriage, ups and downs, turmoils. Then we have our good times, you name it. But it's been quite a ride.
Yes, absolutely.
So how do you balance romance with your lives while being parents to 2 young children?
I say date night's a big thing. Mm-hmm. That's what keeps it going. That's our day. Fridays is our day. Usually drop the kids off like 9, 10 o'clock, and to just have us time to give us something to look forward to,
Yeah, we don't let a week go by without doing date night and having our time to reconnect after a long week and, keep that bond strong.
Mm-hmm. So what advice would you have for other married couples to keep a spark in their relationship?
I would say don't get too comfortable. No matter how long you've been together, try to find new ways to keep that love alive because it's so easy to get complacent and comfortable. But it's so important to keep the friendship going. Remember that you guys are friends too, in regards to lovers and married and engaged, whatever you're friends. So you want to keep that going.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely something I believe in. As for men to be more attentive, I had to learn that. Still learning. To be that loving person to their wife, and you'll get that respect from your wife, and if the wife respects you, you start to love them more, and vice versa. And that's basically how it goes with us. There's been so many things that we've been through, as she said, and since that journey is like, okay, we look back and say, okay, we made it this far, we went through this much, and it just makes us closer to each other.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to love in the household, especially with your 2 children, how do you show the love as an entire family, not just, a married couple?
We definitely, try to do different things together with the kids. It gets a little rowdy sometimes and crazy. But we try to, whether it's watching a kid movie together, a family movie, whether it's, even just having dinner together. It's just the laughs and talking and, just interacting with one another. We try to really, really maintain that closeness within the 4 of us, so.
All right, and one last question. When it comes to being able to have, a good balance of love and marriage and family time, what would you say other families should do as a whole, not just, married couples, families should do to show love throughout the entire year?
Definitely leaving little notes, even text messages throughout the day. Don't let the whole day go by without, texting each other. I know when my girls get older, we want to text them, saying hello, how are you doing? We want to make sure that they know we care about them. So in your household, make sure all your loved ones know that you care, that you love them. Life is so short, so you want to make sure that that's reiterated at all times possible.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Communication, definitely, especially with our little kids. Even though they're almost 2 and almost 4, we always try to make sure that when they come to try to talk to us, that we give them that time. I don't want them to ever think they're not important to us. So it's like when they come, Daddy. Sometimes it's hard. You gotta stop. Okay, give it a little time, or tell her, listen, give me 2 seconds. I'll give you that time and speak to them. They'll give you a couple 2 sentences, and then they're gone.
Right.
But they feel they're important and they are included.
Yes.
Our girls mean everything to us, so we just want them to feel that.
Yes. So what is your social media handle so everybody can follow you guys? I know we have hangingwiththehurleys.com. Make sure you guys check it out, and we can find you guys online.
Yes, on Instagram, I'm perfectly_redefined. And my husband at Jayson Hurley and also has a food page. He's the best chef I know, and you can find him at Hurley's Kitchen.
All right.
Score.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Valentine's Day is not only a huge deal worldwide, but the celebration is particularly special here in New York. The Times Square Alliance hosts special Valentine's Day ceremonies right here in the middle of the city. So take a look.
So today we're celebrating love in Times Square. We've got weddings right here by the heart. We have surprise proposal messages going up on the American Eagle screen, as well as a vow renewal ceremony where we have 300 couples registered, filling up the Times Square red steps. You feel the love.
I wasn't expecting it at all. The experience was total shock.
It's a place where it just catches all your senses. Very invigorating.
I'm shaking.
And the power of the state of New York invested in me, I now pronounce you married. You may kiss. Why we want to get married in Times Square was because this is something that our kids used to come to all the time when we would come visit the city. Always come through Times Square. This is a part of us just continuing that tradition. And now we have something even more important to celebrate in Times Square on Valentine's Day from this day going forward.
Here to tell us all about the love in New York City is Joe Papa. He is the senior manager and events producer at the Times Square Alliance. Welcome, Joe.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So please tell us about the activities that's held on Valentine's Day in Times Square.
We've got a lot going on. Love is literally in the air. We have a series of weddings, surprise proposals on one of our iconic billboards in Times Square, the American Eagle screen, as well as capping it off at the end of the day, a mass vow renewal ceremony on the iconic red steps of Times Square. The weddings proposals are going to be taking place between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., and then at 6 p.m. we have the vow renewal ceremony. We're going to be joined by a cast performance from Dear Evan Hansen. Two cast members are coming out to sing Only Us duet. It's such... I can't wait for that moment.
Wow.
It's such a perfect sentiment for our event. And yeah, it's going to be a love-filled day. We have the Knot joining us. They're the leading wedding and registry resource. They're going to have a pop-up floral bar. So if you forgot your flowers on Valentine's Day, coming out, we got you covered. They also have an Instagram picture-perfect moment with a floral wall. As well as T-Mobile, they're joining us, and they're going to be setting the scene with some tunes. So come on out and jam with us, dance.
Oh, wow.
Favorite love songs.
So many festivities. Wow, I need to come out too. So how many couples do you think are projected to either get engaged or married in Times Square today?
We're going to have 2 wedding ceremonies. One of which they survived a 5-year long-distance relationship. One being in...
Oh my God, 5 years. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness.
One was in Rhode Island and the other was in Washington, D.C. And Times Square was their common ground, was their meeting place where they formed and grew their bond.
Oh my gosh, my heart.
So they're going to have this great like full circle moment by getting married in Times Square.
Oh my God. That is so beautiful. I'm going to cry. That is so beautiful. So tell me, why do you think so many couples renew their vows each year in Times Square?
You know, Times Square is literally the crossroads of the world. We have people from all over, and Times Square is such a spectacle in itself. So the ceremony is held on the red steps, and that to me is like the perfect vantage point of like watching the next best show in Times Square, like everything that's taking place. And there's something really beautiful and magical about that juxtaposition of what's traditionally a very intimate, romantic moment held between 2 people that you're now sharing with the rest of the world out in Times Square. And there's something, like I said, very, very beautiful about that moment and feeling that collective energy of feeling the love and support around you.
Wow, that is, maybe I should get my vows. Well, I'm not married, but maybe I should, later on in life, I should get my vows renewed in Times Square. So every year, Times Square features art inspired by Valentine's Day. So can you tell us a little bit more about this year's Heart Squared installation?
Absolutely. It's our 12th annual Times Square Valentine Heart Design Competition. Thanks to our curatorial partners, the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Lab, or Museum, rather. They helped put together all these proposals for us and chose our winner, Heart Squared, Eric Foreman Studio, and Modu. It's a giant grid, a steel frame grid in the shape of an anatomic heart. And in the middle of this grid, there are 125 mirrors that are reflecting and creating this kaleidoscope imagery of Times Square being reflected back at you. And in the middle, you'll see from one certain perspective, the mirrors are reflecting the shape of a heart symbol with mirrors reflecting the sky all around it. It's a really beautiful and neat design, and it's going to be up all of February, so come on out and see it if you can't make it out today.
Oh, wow. Okay, so look, now you guys have so many things you guys can do today. If you're a guy, you forgot to like make a plan for a date, come out to Times Square. Yeah. Watch all the festivity that's going on today. I might have to come out too. So thank you for joining us, Joe. Thank you so much.
And I have a special treat for you. One of our Valentine's rings.
Oh my gosh, I have a ring.
We'll be giving those out at our vow renewal ceremony, where we have over 250 couples registered to join us for that. So,
oh my gosh! And if you like it, then you should have put a Times Square ring on it. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you.
New York Fashion Week happens twice a year, and of course, Bold TV was present for February's shows. Our correspondent, Justin Crawford, was on the scene, and we have the footage for you to check out.
Everybody, it's Justin Crawford, and we're right back at New York Fashion Week. But this season, we're chatting with some of the designers about what inspired their collection. And you'd be surprised, it's not just who's walking in their runway show and what they're wearing, but where the locations of the shows are. Here's more. Backstage now with Nicole Miller. What a way to start the year. I was thinking about this before we chatted with you. The top of 2020, to begin it with New York Fashion Week all over again. What's it meant for you?
But it's too crazy because, you just get back from like Christmas and New Year's and you literally have 4 weeks to get a show together.
What are you most excited for tonight? I know there's a lot of hard work that goes into New York Fashion Week for every designer, but what are you excited for?
The most exciting thing this year is we've got boys in the show. We've got 4 boys in the show.
Now, is this for the first time?
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, no, I've had men in the show, but in the past they were wearing men's clothes.
Right.
So we didn't make them any new clothes. They're just wearing the regular clothes for women. But they all fit into them fine.
There was a big emphasis on diversity and inclusion this year in New York Fashion Week and probably some seasons in the past. Is that something that you considered for your collection line this year?
Oh, always. I think we are first sexless, unisex type of brand, but also as you can see from our casting, there's always people from different culture. We celebrate the individuality. It's Dirty Pineapple always carry easy fashion, easy to mix and matching. So it's really for everyone.
Some of the shows and presentations happening this week are even taking place in townhouses across New York City, and we're here to chat with Jasmine Chong just about how this made her show so different. Jasmine, not many designers are putting shows on in townhouses nowadays. So what was your objective putting it into this beautiful home?
I think I wanted to bring it back to this kind of old-fashioned atelier feel and bring people into this world that's like really intimate in the sense of bringing, the audience into a really beautiful home. There's something that's really intimate and just nice and old-fashioned about it.
And that's the end of today's show. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Get our Amazon Fire TV app, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more Bold Life in 2 weeks. See ya!